Now, before we go ahead and get started on that, y'all, I want to quickly talk about what's been going on as far as the Baddies reunion goes. So, of course, they aired part 1, they aired part 2. Part 3 is going to come out this coming Sunday. And in the midst of that, Tesehki has been in some ish, baby. So we already know she's not going to be a part of Baddies Africa. But apparently, you know, a lot of people have been going in her ear that she needs to fight somebody that is on her level. We talk about that all the time, that she's not necessarily a heavy hitter because she hasn't been hitting anybody heavy, if that makes sense. She hasn't necessarily had a fight with somebody that's on her level, fighting wise, weight class wise, or any of that, because I've seen her in person. That girl is thick. Her weight class would be like a Tinkerbella. Her weight class would be like a Scotty. Her weight class, shoot, would be like a Rolly even. Because, shoot, child, with Rolly's fighting style and her maneuvering skills, I feel like that would be more of her weight class. And I'm not even joking about that. So it's one of those things where apparently her hands were supposed to be registered, but she ain't never do it. We know she never took boxing seriously because she's on Baddies, she's doing music, etc., etc. But apparently she done pissed somebody off, okay? Now, Claressa, I want to say her name right. Claressa Shields, is that her name? American professional boxer and mixed martial artiste. That is her name, aka the nigga snatcher, because she's the one that's currently dating Papoose. This is the one that Papoose decided to move on with after his situation with Remy Ma became rocky or whatever after her scandal. All right. So apparently Claressa Shields, a lot of fans have been going into her comments on videos and lives and things of that nature, and has been telling her that you need to be on Baddies because you would be a great opponent for Tesehki. Did you watch the episode of Baddies? Did you see Tesehki do this, do that, whatever the case may be? And it's giving that maybe she got tired of them saying things of that nature, because she finally responded. And in her response, she basically said, like, she's not worried about a Tesehki. And Tesehki was just like, I used to like her, but I don't like her no more. F that girl, basically, was what she said. And then Claressa responded basically saying, you can't say that you ever liked me because you've never been to a fight. You've never been to a match. You never wrote me. You never wished me good luck. You never congratulated me on my matches. So how can you ever say that you are a fan? That was a classy read. Classy indeed. Okay. And then I guess right after that, it turns into mayhem in the palace. Okay. So now they're going at each other's neck with the back and forth on the Instagram. Now, apparently, as far as today goes, as far as, you know, the wonderfulness of what they got going on, it's been one of those situations where, how can I say this? I won't be surprised if Zeus ends up recruiting her as in Claressa, how you say her name? Claressa to be on Zeus, to do like some sort of a something, because apparently Natalie actually has already reached out to her as far as being a part of a past season. I don't know if it was Midwest. I don't know if it was Caribbean. I don't know. And that she was supposed to be a part of it. And she said that she refuses to be a part of it unless all of the girls sign NDAs. If all of the girls sign NDAs, then she can be a part of it, because then they can't sue her if she hits them too hard. Understandable. Her hands are registered. That's what you got to do. I've dated a professional boxer before, and his hands are registered. So I get the gist of that. You want to be protected at all costs. Nobody's trying to pay any of those crazy fines just off the strength of Baddies. Like, no. And we know Lemmy ain't going to pay for her. We definitely know Natalie ain't going to pay for her. So apparently she's calling Tesehki out, and Tesehki is telling her to shut the F up. And they're continuously going back and forth. And apparently Tesehki got under her skin a little bit, because Tesehki ended up posting up with Papoose. Let me see if I can find that picture. Tesehki and Papoose. Because when I seen it, here it go right here. I was like, I know you lie. Because if there's any way to get under your op's skin, it's linking up with their man. Ain't nothing worse than that. Ain't nothing worse than that. Ooh, child, look at the comment. Child, yeah. Hold on, child. Your ninja know who the champ is. Listen. I feel like it was really dumb of him to take this picture, but that's neither here nor there. It's one of those things where, like, you can never trust completely a man or a woman at that that'll take pictures with somebody you beefing with. Look at Faith Evans and Tupac. Let's just say Tupac went out before Biggie, okay? So it's one of those things where it's like, I don't know why he thought this was okay. I don't know why he thought this.
Like, all jokes aside, I am the last person you want to beef with. Like, you're not my kin. Oh, bets are off. Fuck Claressa. You're not my kin. Your best bet will be like, I wish I was related to her. Because the people that I'm related to, I go easy on. But baby, I am the last bitch you want to beef with. Okay? You want to cry? You ready to cry?
Her damn chains jiggling in my face are catching my attention more than this conversation, but I digress.
Cry about that post.
Get ready to cry. I got something else for her. I just want to let y'all know. Like,
child. Zeus, y'all were able to get Natalie Nunn and Tommy Lee to fight together at Mayweather situation, right? So I don't see why y'all wouldn't be able to get Tesehki to sign on the dotted line for a last hurrah since she's no longer on Baddies. I'm just saying. Offer her a nice check. Offer Claressa a nice check. Get even some ESPN commentators on it. Stephen A. Smith. I would love to say Shannon Sharp, but we know he's going through it right now. All right. And let's just figure it out. Let's just figure it out. Okay. So let me know in the comments how you feel about this situation between Claressa Shields and Tesehki, respectfully. All right. Now, before we go ahead and get into the two ways with Erica Mena, let's go ahead and continue to talk about what's going on as far as baddies go. A lot of people are jumping down my throat about what I said as far as Tesehki versus Bad Dolly. Let me clarify. I said what I said. I said Tesehki definitely had her in the first round. And I said Dolly definitely held her own in the second round. I never said, at least I don't remember saying, that Dolly won the second round. I remember her face came out glowing and beautiful. And like I said before, yes, I was there live, but it doesn't change the fact that seeing it live is so much different than seeing it on your TV because I didn't get a chance to fast forward. I didn't get a chance to zoom in. I didn't get a chance to pause and rewind. I didn't get a chance to do any of that. So y'all are taking my organic take as I was going off of the memory of it. And for those that are subscribed, a little more tea on the side, respectfully. And it's one of those things where it's just like, y'all not going to try to play me on my opinion. That's my opinion. That's all it is. But at the end of the day, y'all can feel how y'all feel. And it's one of those things where, like, I definitely feel like Tesehki did her big one. But Dolly gives me the inkling that she can be defeated. And simple as that. I know Claressa Shields can defeat her. But then at the same token, I also know that that Bad Dolly is the first person that left unscathed in regards to it. Now, Dolly did have a bloody finger. I personally felt like it came in her fight with Pretty P, but apparently they're saying that she got bit by Tesehki in the midst of them fighting. I don't know. I'll have to flip back and forth and front and back through that to see when her hand went in that girl's mouth, but it is what it is. Either or, it did not happen in a way that everybody else is acting like it happened. Oh, she had her leaking. Remember, Tesehki was talking cash money ish, as if she had that girl leaking, and it wasn't the way that she acted like it was. Point blank, period. Okay. Another thing I wanted to say was in regards to the friendship between Biggie and Anna. That thing is clearly kaput. Remember, towards the end of the episode, Tesehki talking about the best duos. I mean, it's not the best duo. She said the best duo, but she meant the best trio. The best trio, Tesehki, Anna, and Biggie. All three of y'all are no longer on baddies. So is it really the best trio? I can't say that is true. Okay, I cannot say that is true. So at the end of the day, it's one of those situations where I feel like a better trio would be Anna, Scotty. Who could I add to that bunch? Anna, Scotty, and I would love for Big Lex to kind of sort of fit in the midst of that, but Big Lex ain't too fond of Scotty. But the crazy thing about it is Big Lex isn't fond of Scotty because Scotty jumped in the situation between Anna and Summer, but Lex stayed jumping in Anna's situation and even would look like she was about to jump into Scotty versus Summer. So it's one of those things where it's just like, that's one thing that aggravates me about Big Lex. You're preaching one thing, but then doing a whole other thing. But then we already know baddies is a bunch of hypocrites. All of them. All of them are hypocrites, okay? It is what it is. Look at Natalie talking about that she slapped the mess out of DTB. Remember, I told y'all that she missed. I was there. I told y'all that she missed that hit. So for her to be hitting live right after filming the reunion, talking about that she had slapped the mess out of her, girl, where? Not in front of my eyes and not on my TV. Listen, Natalie, please. What else can we talk about as far as the reunion goes? I said what I said before. Bobby Lights was kind of sort of useless when it came to being the audience host or whatever the case may be. No shade. I just feel like he wasn't focused. I feel like he didn't really watch the episode. He probably just watched the blogs. I feel like he didn't go around and hand us the mic the way he was supposed to, as far as having us interact or whatever the case may be. And I feel like he was drunk and high. He was probably crossfaded. There was a moment that they did not air where he did talk about some white girl, if you know what I mean. So it's one of those things where it's just like, no matter how much of a jokey joke it was for him, it's not a good look. It's just not a good look. He didn't give professionalism. A lot of the fans are saying that Jonisha and how she was on TV in regards to how she reacts and how she maneuvers being in the same room as Scotty is becoming a little more obvious. And I agree as much as I possibly can. I even said it on my recap for being at the reunion, that the air is thick when Scotty and Jonisha are in the same room. And we know why. So we're not going to jump into too much of the details of it. But honestly, it's a lot going on. It's a lot going on within the battery world. Let me know in the comments how you feel about it. Respectfully.